Dressing professionally and having executive style are two very different things. And you might be thinking, what do you mean by that? Just because something is work appropriate and professionally correct doesn't mean it's executive. Executive style is more strategic and more intentional, and it reflects not only your role, but also your personality. And if you look at those two pictures side by side, they're absolutely not the same. So in this video, I'm going to break down the difference between a professional outfit and executive style, why they are not the same, and what to do instead to build it correctly. Hi, my name is Basia Richard, and I am a former celebrity stylist turned personal stylist, and for the past 15 years, I've helped executives, directors, CEOs, and successful entrepreneurs walk into a room and immediately look like the woman in charge. And to help you get started, I created a free guide that shows you how to build a polished and put together work wardrobe without defaulting to the black suits and typical gray dresses. And you're going to find to download it in the description below. So without further ado, let's get started. Every woman I work with is already dressing professionally. They have plenty of professional clothes, black blazers, neutral skirts, gray dresses. That's not the issue. The issue is that they've reached a point in their career where their wardrobe is no longer just about being professional. It's now part of their brand and their image. And because they are more visible than ever, attending conferences, going to events, getting on stages, simply having a professional outfit is no longer enough. So the real question becomes this: what is the biggest difference between a professional outfit and executive presence? So when we look at professional outfit, the first thing that usually comes to mind is that this typical look that strictly follows professional dress code. It usually includes, neutral colors like black, navy, gray, or taupe. The overall look is very corporate, and it fits into most professional environments, including conferences. And there's really nothing wrong with this, right? It's appropriate. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. But it's also the look that about 99% of employees are wearing. Most of the time when I see this kind of outfit, the one thing that stands out to me is that it's built to avoid mistake. You're reaching for pieces that feel safe, pieces that help you fit in, pieces that work across multiple professional settings without raising any questions. And I'm sure you've seen this look over and over again in your career. The problem is that this kind of outfit is also extremely generic. It doesn't reflect personality. There is no real use of color and pattern or contrast. Everything is neutral, blended, and safe. And while, it works professionally, it doesn't say much beyond that. Executive style, on the other hand, is about choosing the right clothes so other people immediately know how to orient themselves around you. It's about how you read before you even speak. So executive style means dressing in a way that makes your role obvious the moment you walk in a room. Your clothes do three things. First, they signal who you are and the level you operate at. Second, they position you correctly in a room as the leader, not the support. And third, they reflect your personality, because it's not about following strict professional rules of dressing like everyone else, right? Executive style means using color strategically, using richer fabrics, paying attention to fit, and making choices that actually feel like you. And the point is, not to look professional. The point is to be clearly positioned as the leader while still looking like yourself. So, since you know what a professional outfit looks like versus executive style, let's talk about what is the difference, and we will start with the signal. When you dress professionally, you essentially signal that you are like everyone else. A professional outfit is by definition what most people are wearing. It relies on very traditional, simplified shapes, familiar silhouettes, and narrow color palette, usually like gray, navy, black, or some combination of those. The outfits are predictable: a black suit, a gray dress, safe, correct formula. And when you dress the same way as 99% of the people around you, it becomes very difficult to others to visually place you at a different level, especially if you are in leadership role. At first glance, there is no clear distinction between you and your assistant or someone, let's say, 2 rows below you, right? The perception gap is real, even if your title says otherwise. Executive style, on the other hand, creates a completely different experience. So imagine you are walking into a conference or a room full of people you've never met before, okay? Now, everyone looks fine. Everyone looks professional. And then you notice that one woman, okay? She fits into the room, but something about her feels different. It's the way her clothes fit. It's the way that outfit comes together. It looks effortless, but also very put together. And you don't know what she does, okay, yet. But you immediately assume she's senior, someone important, someone people listen to, and almost instinctively you think, how does she do that? What is about her outfit that makes it feel so different? That's what happens when an outfit sends the right signal. Her clothes are doing the work for her. They are telling you who she is, where she sits, and why she matters before she even says a word. So the next one is a positioning. When it comes to positioning, the difference is not in the clothes themselves, but in how people relate to you once you walk in a room. A professional outfit positions you as someone who belongs there, but it does not really define your authority within the group. So people still wait to see where you fit, who you report to. Your position is unclear until you start speaking or someone introduces you. Executive style removes that ambiguity. It prepositions you before any interaction happens. People instinctively adjust how they speak to you, how much they explain, and whether they look to you for directions, right? You are not evaluated first, you are oriented around. And that is the difference. Professional dressing waits for your role to be confirmed. Executive style establishes it immediately. Consistency is the next one, and consistency is probably one of the most important elements, and it's also one of the biggest differences between professional outfit and the executive style. A professional outfit can be consistent, okay, but it's usually consistent without personality. There's no color, there's no story, no signature element, nothing particularly like recognizable or cohesive about how you dress over time. It's consistent in a very generic way. Executive style works differently. Consistency there depends on your personality, what you naturally love to wear, and how you intentionally bring that into your wardrobe. Now, a great example of this is Arianna Huffington. She's extremely consistent with her image and how she presents herself. When you look at her key looks, you will notice consistency in color, usually black and white, consistency in elements like florals and lace, and you will see those repeated across different outfits. A lot of it connects back to her personality and what she genuinely aligns with when it comes to style. And when I work with my clients, this is literally what we do first. We focus on developing image and personal brand so we can build consistency across all the outfits, and that includes colors, patterns, details, and silhouettes. And once that's clear, getting dressed becomes so much more cohesive, right, and intentional. And this is something that you almost never see with a standard professional outfit, because most professional pieces are very traditional and generic, and they're on their own. They don't carry personality. They don't help create consistent image over time. That's why professional dressing often looks correct, but executive style looks recognizable. And the last piece is dressing for the environment. And this is where a lot of women misunderstand executive presence. I'm not saying that if you have executive presence, you need to dress loudly or over the top or wear bold colors all the time. That's not true at all. You always have to think about what the environment calls more and dress appropriately for it. And I work with a lot of leaders who dress more traditionally because their environment requires it. But that doesn't mean that we are wearing a typical professional outfit that makes them, blend in, right? We are still showing personality. We are using different fabrics and different textures and being very intentional about how the outfit comes together. And that's what positions them with authority while still being perfectly dressed for the environment they are in. And when you dress professionally, you usually end up with the same look over and over again. And the pieces are very traditional, very generic, and widely available. Because of that, there's nothing really differentiating you from everyone else. There's no personality, no real thought behind it, and how the outfit is put together. So even though you're dressed appropriately, you still blend into the crowd. An executive style allows you to dress appropriately for the environment while still being seen as the leader. You fit in, but you don't disappear. So now you know what is the difference between professional outfit and executive style. If you want to learn more, I have a free elevated work style guide. You can download it for free in the description below. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to get notified when I post a new video, which is every Wednesday. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next week.